Hi, everybody. This is Evelyn from Dr. G Art Lab, and I wanted to share with you, answer a question. And the question is, what is the best paper to use for fine art printing? And so I love this paper that's called William Turner. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's William Turner Hahnmuehle paper. And so I wanted to show you that because the reason I choose it is because there's a couple of reasons. First of all, they say it's archival quality, so it soaks up ink, good quality ink, and then it lasts basically 100 years or more. And then the texture is just super amazing. So I think it's so beautiful, and it looks really close to like hand painted art, and it's a print. So I have some examples of that to show you. This William Turner Hahnmuehle paper. I don't know if you can actually see the texture on there, but like maybe if you look at the back, I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, but it is, you just have to trust me then. But it's like almost like a fabric. It's so beautiful, and the color I don't think is coming through, but it's like a super rich color, and it just feels super. I don't know how to explain it. It just almost feels like sandpapery. It's really cool. But it's not sandpaper. It's like fabric, sandpaper fabric. So yeah. Here's another example. And I hope you can see, I'm going to bring it super close if you can see the texture and how beautiful that is. Yep. So, and then this other one here. This is this tiny print, but I don't think you can see it, but it's just so, it's like fabric. It's beautiful. So, and then another paper type that I use is called photo matte fiber paper. And this one is completely different. It's still beautiful, but it's super smooth. Like there's absolutely no texture on this, but it's matte fiber paper. So it absorbs, I don't know, in my mind, that means that it absorbs color and light, and it doesn't reflect a lot of light back, so it's a lot like the William Turner paper doesn't reflect light either, but this one is just really smooth. I feel like if you want to just focus on the art and not the texture, this is the way to go. This again is photo matte fiber paper. And then I think I don't have other examples of paper, but the William Turner Hahnmuehle paper is like a super much higher price point. Like it's about $5 a sheet. And then the other types of paper I would say are a little bit less, but they're still, if you're going to get nice paper, you're just going to have to pay for it, and your customers will pay for it. So anyway, a couple other options. I don't have my prints in, but I do have the paper here to show you. Is this cold press? Oh boy, cold press bright. It's a lot like the William Turner paper, but it doesn't have quite the texture on there. But it feels not like sandpaper. It feels more like fabric, I guess, is how I would explain it. And then you can tell them all about paper. Then there's this photo rag paper, which I think all the papers I've mentioned, the William Turner and the cold press bright, all have like cotton mixed in, but this photo rag paper still has cotton in it, and I assume it's called photo rag because the rag is like cotton or fabric. So it's also smooth and it has a slight texture to it, but it's not as smooth as that matte fiber paper. So yeah. One other option I'm giving lots of options. One other option is this hot press bright. And I think this one is basically the most basic of the matte type print papers, but that's not to say that it's not awesome. It's just, it feels like cardstock, and it's not as heavy as cardstock, but I bet it would, soak up a lot of really beautiful color too. Those would all be actually, I think, really good options. So there's all kinds of other paper that you can choose for printing prints, but it's the other options that I have are kind of shiny, and I'm not really into the shiny, glossy kind. But there's this one I have no idea how to pronounce. It's Art Baryta. I've seen it on Amazon, and it's shiny. I don't know if you can see. It's sort of shiny. Yep. And then I think that would be that one you can use for maybe photos or G-clay prints maybe. And then there's this one that's even more shiny. I would use this one for probably photos or something. Or maybe, I don't know, you might like glossy prints, but this one's called Metallic Photo Paper Glossy. And then there's Premium Glossy Photo Paper, which is also glossy. I guess I don't know, it's kind of this almost the same to me as the Metallic Photo Paper Glossy and the Premium. I can't really tell a difference there. Right. Yeah, I can't really. I mean, they're pretty much the same, unless you're like an expert in this stuff in paper. I guess the Metallic Photo Paper Glossy is slightly shinier paper. And then there's this Premium Luster Photo Paper that's a little bit less glossy. And I've never used these types of glossy papers because I'm just not into it. But this one's a little more matte. So if you're looking for sort of like a more matte glossy paper, I guess that's not gonna like it almost looks like sort of like the cover of like I want to say I don't know, like a card, a Hallmark card. It's not going to be like super reflective, but it's a slightly reflective paper. Again, of all these, I think the Fine Art Baryta is kind of the most flexible sort of paper because I think, or, versatile paper. I think you could use this Fine Art Baryta for either photos or for more art type prints. So anyway, that's all. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'm going to be creating more video content soon. Bye. Oh, wait, I forgot to say, visit me at drgartlab.com. Bye.